The Pokémon anime. Everyone loves it. From young to old, you cannot describe anyone's life without mentioning the Pokémon anime. Multiple attempts have been made at recreating pieces of the Pokémon anime, or the entire thing in a ROM hack. Some have made some really good hacks, others have made way worse ones. Pokémon Orange Islands might be one of the little gems that is among the ROM hacking world. Having found a great pleasure in great storytelling and Pokémon graphics over time, this game really has something going for it in a lot of forms. I would love to detail to you why. This is the review of Pokémon Orange Islands. Hope you enjoy. Even though I haven't watched any Pokémon anime in a long time, this story still made me feel some type of nostalgic. You play as the Ash character in this game, as is so with the Orange Islands anime. You resume your journey after you have lost in the Indigo League and return to Pallet Town, where you are invited to take back your Pikachu, pick up a bunch of Pokemon from the backyard of Professor Oak, and go on to another adventure. You eventually go on a blimp, where you are invited to jump out of it and land on an unknown island where everything continues. Being connected to iconic figures like Professor Oak, Misty, Brock,
I'll use my trusty frying pan as a drying pan!
And a lot of other characters, the vibe of the anime really gets along with you while exploring around. Also have to say that nothing brings back a Pokemon anime vibe more than taking care of a weakened Pokemon that's been abused by assholes. Is that just me? I think that might be just me. Anyway, going back to the gist of things. No characters bring back the nostalgic Pokemon feeling as much as our favorite evil team. Team Team Rocket. That should probably say enough to start though, right? Really though, the story of this game revolves around good old Team Rocket, and they are getting really old this time as Jesse and James, yes, the anime Jesse and James, are brought back to give a red line in the Team Rocket saga and act as your rivals in the game, which is actually a super cool feature, just makes me really happy. It doesn't just stop at you interacting with Jesse and James. As far as I know, since I haven't watched the anime and had a lot of googling to do, every subplot that happened in the anime of Orange Islands actually made an appearance in this ROM hack too, which I was really impressed by and really appreciated considering some wacky things can happen in the Pokemon anime. The way this game manages to encapture the entirety of the Pokemon anime vibe is just super impressive. The wacky plans, ideas, and goofiness of Jesse and James, the original characters and the explorability between the islands, something that will come back in the feature section, just gives this sense of freedom and creativity that make the experience and the story overall a lot better. Also, the iconic, amazing spin tile puzzles made back an appearance like in the good old Team Rocket days. Said no one ever. If a game is trying to portray an anime-like storyline, the story better be good. Luckily, this game follows through on that amazingly, making the flagship feature of this game to be worthwhile. I am a huge fan of the visuals of this game. Just arriving in Pallet Town alone, the attention to detail and the entire vibe is just nice. You can really notice the effort that the creators put into making this game be as reminiscent of the Orange Islands anime as possible from the start of the game. Honestly, the tropical and holiday-ish vibes I got from the routes and towns were just really comforting. You really felt worryless while traveling to your first couple of destinations, and the nice beaches and interactions with the NPCs were really calm, almost like you were traveling Alola. The amazing freedom you got in this game while just exploring is something I value amazingly. This is mostly because freedom in any Pokemon game gives me the hope that we will one day get an actual open world Pokemon game by Game Freak. Come save us, Pokemon Legends Arceus. I beg you. Really though, the way every island is interconnected by surf, which you get very early on, makes the map feel like its own little world, where you can just go from wherever to wherever. And you will always reach another island. A little bit like you're playing The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, but you actually go to places. Every city honestly feels like it's a vacation park, with the old school wooden built Pokemon centers and Walmart looking Pokemarts, and the cozy feeling of the little houses and the nice paths that are found in every city. The beaches and water everywhere give a summery vibe to everything as well, and it's just a blessing to walk through this map. This game just has its graphics down pat. The nice colors and good sunny vibes of the cities make this game a pleasure to explore. I'm gonna keep it real with you. The difficulty is kind of a non-factor in this game, but that's okay. Honestly speaking, I did not expect much from the difficulty of this game at all, as it is literally a story-based ROM hack. The literal first thing you do is picking up a bunch of pretty random Pokemon from the backyard of Professor Oak and move on to the next cities without even a rival battle. The trainer battles were super normal. You just go on and fight trainers on the routes you explore, and most of them didn't really pose a challenge, as is normal with most trainer battles. The first gym leader was a bit of a shocker for me, as I just got completely destroyed by the levels and had to train. After I trained, the gym was pretty easy, and after that, the rest of the game was too. I would have still appreciated a little bit of a pushback, to sometimes at least make you think about the battles you're doing instead of literally spamming buttons, but I'm not putting any blame on the creators, as it's obviously not their main focus at all. So yeah, pretty non-existent difficulty, but that's alright. A spicy ass difficulty probably wouldn't even have improved this game that much. So, coming to the features, they really weren't that up to par. Now, I know this game is trying to have their story down pat, but some of the quality of life stuff would be appreciated. I'm not saying that the lack of features bothered me, as it really didn't, but something tells me having the modern repel feature or a physical special split would benefit the game in some form. If we're talking about the game in general though, I cannot complain about the cutscenes and explorability of the map. Honestly, the freedom you receive in this game is quite extraordinary, and even though it may get lost sometimes, I would be lying if I said that freedom didn't make me feel some type of way. The general cutscenes, characters, and all of the islands were beautifully made and structured, but if you take that away, you're just playing the normal Fire Red. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it is a bit boring at times. I'm not even sure how to exactly evaluate the features, as I'm not exactly sure what falls under them, but from what I've gathered, I think this game sets you up pretty well outside of quality of life things. So, what did I think? I thought this game was great. It was a lot of fun to play through, and the way the story was told really had me in its grasp, along with some amazing visual work and some freedom only rivaled by few good ROM hacks. I cannot complain too much. Although the difficulty and features were slightly lacking, I cannot say it impacted my experience too much at all, as the anime vibes were too strong, and the additions of Jesse and James just kicked back some nostalgia for me. I will rate Pokemon Orange Islands an 8 out of 10. Thanks everyone so much for watching. I hope this review was helpful to you. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you would want more ROM hack related videos. That was it. Thanks everybody so much for watching, and have a great day.